Today is the 22nd day of May 2025. Another day of Nnamdi Kanu's trial which just finished. I'm about to give you the update of it right here. But before then, I want you to please help me and thank the Chief Justice, because the Chief Justice, Omotosho, did two things today that really helped this case, that really showed that actually this case is moving forward. The Chief Justice did two things worthy of commendation today, actually, because yesterday, remember that phones were banned from, transmitting the transcript of what happened in court yesterday, leading to a blackout. And luckily, we found a way to transmit later on in the night. But today on, the judge allowed phones to continue, and this is not a means, and this is not easy, because if it was Binta Nyako, the former Chief Justice, she would never have allowed Nnamdi Kanu's people to carry phone to that court, because, definitely her own tenor, how her own things went. But this time around, the justice did two things of worthy commendation, which I thought I wanted to note. First of all, as this thing goes on. First of all, is for allowing this case to be transparent, that we can see and know what goes on in the court. That's one. The second one, I will be telling you as the video goes by. So stick with me as I walk you through today's proceedings. First of all, that is Nnamdi Kanu coming into the court. As you see him, majestic, greeting people in his reverence, in his elegance. The way he hugged his brother. This man is a real lion. This man is a real lion. Look at the maturity. Look at the maturity. I like this version of Nnamdi Kanu. Look at it. Look at it. Hold the picture right there. Hold it. I like this version of Nnamdi Kanu so much because his silence is really trembling. Everybody in the court can just feel the aura of this person. Greatness is not made. Greatness is born. Some people, just have it in them. Nnamdi Kanu was born on a special day, and it was made for this moment. So let's go on. And, he greets everybody there and sits down for the case. So I wanted to point out that yesterday was a different day, because yesterday's proceedings was very short and there was a blackout of proceedings. Nobody saw what was happening. Only the normal mainstream media was allowed into the court. Any other person that brought phones was not allowed into the court. But today was a normal day. The judge allowed it, to continue, despite, people that never wanted it to happen, because as you are aware, the opposition or the prosecution does not want, Nnamdi Kanu and his people to broadcast anything from the court. But somehow I thank God for Justice Omotosho, who made sure that this thing is broadcasted to everybody. We also said yesterday that perhaps they want to start doing secret trial for Nnamdi Kanu, and people raise their voice on this secret trial of a thing, and somehow I think the judge must have seen that if he doesn't allow this thing to go on the way it has been, because I said in another video that is like changing the rules in the middle of the game, which is not supposed to be so. So this is a step in the right direction. Now, this is the moment you have been waiting for. I'm going to read out the transcript of what happened in court today. So I will walk you through the whole transcript. Hold your popcorn, hold your water, don't go anywhere, for this is the transcript of Nnamdi Kanu, 22nd of May, 2025, Thursday. Let's go. Before the continuation of the cross-examination of the witness, before Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers started to cross-examine the witness, Justice Omotosho made a statement. He made a speech. He reminded the whole prosecution, which is the FG lawyers, federal government lawyers. He reminded them. He told the FG lawyers, listen carefully. I will give 6 days, and within that 6 days, you gather your witnesses, and if you don't deliver, I will close your case and move to the defense. Do you understand? So he continued saying, I put this case on accelerated hearing, and I have my reasons for doing that. I want this case closed as soon as possible. The defendant has been in detention for so long. Soon the court will vacate. And the defendant will still be in detention. Why? I will give 6 days for you to call all your witnesses, whether they are 500, whether they are 1,000 or not. I will give you only 6 days. Justice Omotosho actually charged the court with that speech. Whew. Let's go into the transcripts. Basically, now Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers is cross-examining the masked witnesses. Let's go. He asked him, the defense lawyer asked him, has the defendant's international passport been in your custody? That is Nnamdi Kanu's passport. Has it been in your custody? Witness answered, I don't know. He asked him again, has the defendant traveled abroad? He said, he told me he has been to many countries. He asked him again, was the broadcast you presented made in Nigeria? Witness answered, I don't know. The defense asked him again, is the name Biafra proscribed? Witness answered, I don't know, but I know IPOB is proscribed. Then the defense asked him, 5 to 6 years ago, did you obtain a statement from the defendants? Masked witness answered, I didn't get any statement and I did not see any. The defense asked him, do you have a report of the investigation? Witness answered, yes. The defense asked him, may we see it? He answered, I don't have it. It is the government that has it. The defense asked him again. The defense lawyer asked him, you didn't call the defendant's investigation or statement, yet you are a witness. The witness said, the investigation is immaterial. Then the defense lawyer said, did you make any video of any other person in line with this? Witness answered, I made the investigation with some people. He asked him again, where is your report? He said, I don't have it. He asked him again, did you see anyone carrying arms from the video you presented? The witness answered, I don't know. Arms can be hidden. They can be concealed. The Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer asked him again, did you identify anyone? Witness said, I identified ESN, Eastern Security Network. Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer asked him, how did you know? Did you confirm their identity? Witness answered, no. Now, the defense lawyer asked him again. Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer asked him, do you remember NSAS protests? Witness said, yes. He asked again, what was it all about? Witness answered, sir, I didn't get you, sir. So, meanwhile, the document from the Lagos State NSAS panel of inquiry has been submitted by the defense team and marked as an exhibit. Very good. Note that. Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer continued. Yesterday, I asked you the name of your DG. If you see him in this video, will you recognize him? Witness answered, yes, I can. Then the defense team asked that the flash drive containing a clip that is vital for the cross-examination be played, and it has been accepted by the court. Now, they are playing that video clip. The prosecution, which is the federal government lawyer, objects that the video should be played, says that the man in the video is not the DG. You see, the prosecution objected, and I've always been telling the Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers to always object. Don't accept. Look at the way they are objecting things you are doing in court. You too, Kanu Agabi and Kanu's lawyers, always object like this. Object. You never can tell. The judge can accept your objection. Let's go on. The judge said. Then the judge said, after the prosecution objected that the video should be played in court, the judge said it is not the duty of the prosecution to identify the DG. Rather, it is duty of the witness to do so. So, Omotosho shut him down on that. Then, Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer said, then the defense says that they haven't asked the witness who the man is in the video. We have not asked the defense any question, and you are coming out to answer for your witness. That's what the defense said. Then, the judge says, objection is overruled, that the video continues to be played. That means the judge overruled the objection and asked that the video should be played, that it is the duty of the witness to identify who the DG of DSS is in the video when asked. Now, the video is being played. A man is seen in the video addressing the people, and in his words, he said, if you are depending on the police for protection, you will all die. This is exactly what the word in the video said. Now the prosecution asked, "Witness, is this your DG?" Witness said, "No." Now, a second clip is being played of a man urging and directing people, communities to fight and defend themselves against terrorists. Now, defense asked the witness, "Who is the man we just watched?" Witness said, "He is our DG, sir." He asked again, "What is his name?" He said, "His name is Oluwatosin Ajayi, sir." Kanu's lawyer asked him, "Did you hear him say the community must arm themselves?" Witness said, "Yes, I did, sir." The defense asked him, "Is there anything wrong with what the DG has said?" Witness said, "No." The defense said again, "Do you agree with everything he said?" Witness said, "Yes." Now they played another clip, a third clip. A man is seen addressing people. In his words, he said, "If anyone says it's IPOB that's killing people in Imo State, that person is wrong." He goes on to say, killings are politically motivated, and accused a particular party of being behind the killing of the opposition party. This is what the person said. Then the third clip ends and the defense proceeds to question the witness. Now, Kanu's lawyer asked the witness, "Do you know who this man is?" Witness said, "Yes, I do." He said, "Who is he?" He said, "He's the governor of Imo State, sir." He said, "What is his name?" He said, "Hope Uzodimma." Okay. "Yesterday, you said the same governor accused IPOB of killing people in Olu, Imo State." Witness said, "Yes, I did." "Now, did you hear him now saying that the killings were not done by IPOB, but by the opposition party?" Witness said, "The governor did not mention names." Then he played another clip again, where a former military henchman was urging the people to defend themselves against terrorists as the police and security forces will not come to their rescue. Now, the defense team now asked him, "Do you know who just spoke?" Witness said, "T.Y. Danjuma, sir." The defense said, "Did you hear him say, if we are waiting for the police to protect us, we will all die?" He said, "Yes, sir." Kanu's lawyer said, "What can you say about his statement?" Witness said, "It is not my job to interpret his statement." And defense said again, "T.Y. Danjuma said everyone should carry arms, right?" He said, "Yes." "Did your agency arrest him for making such statements?" He said, "I am not aware, sir." "What is the difference between Amoteku and ESN?" He said, "Amoteku is recognized by law. ESN is not." The defense said, "From the previous video played, you heard the governor mentioning that politicians were killed. Is IPOB in politics?" Witness said, "I am not sure." Then cross-examination ends. Cross-examination ends. So the witness was discharged from the dock and the third witness is about to be called. However, the prosecution says their next witness is not ready yet. They are asking for time. But the judge still maintains on his accelerated hearing. He says they should pick 6 days from the next 2 weeks. If they do not come through, he will strike out the prosecution as weak and close the case and hand over the judgment to Nnamdi Kanu. So the judge is telling the prosecution to reduce their witnesses. In his words, he says, "We cannot continue like this. Reduce your witnesses, my friends, so that this matter can end soon." Then the court adjourned the case to 28th of May, 29th of May, take note of the dates, 28th of May, 29th of May, 6th of June, 16th of June, 18th of June, and 19th of June. 6 days. 6 days marathon for this case to end. Hopefully on the last day, Nnamdi Kanu's judgment will be given. That was how the whole day went. Wow. Today was really hot. Did you see what I saw? Like the defense counsel came with double barrel, while the prosecution came with a local gun. These people came with evidence, video. In fact, now I understand what they've been doing since. They've been watching to see what the prosecution has been bringing. They've been keeping their defenses behind. They didn't want to bring all the defenses. Because in this game of, of court, it's like a game of thrones. You know when to attack. You know when to defend. You know when to counter-attack. First of all, find out what your opponent has. Know how strong he is. Know the evidences he has brought up and the strength of his witnesses. Then you bring out your own counter-attack gradually. Kanu Agabi, I hail. Oh. Kanu Agabi, I hail. You are too much. In fact, I leave it for you. I leave it for you. Your own son supposed to be superior, advocate, not senior advocate. Too much sense. These people are no match for Nnamdi Kanu and his lawyers. I tell you, this is just a walkover case. Even the judge, you can see that the judge is not taking anything from them. He is not taking nonsense again. In fact, the way it's going now, the judge cannot just wait to strike out this case. And that is why I said that the judge did two things that I like in this case. First of all, for allowing open transmission for this case, allowing Nnamdi Kanu's people to be able to witness video and also picture the moments going on in that case, and also being truthful enough to tell the prosecution the truth. It is not easy for a judge that is employed by the federal government to look at the same federal government in the face and tell them the bitter truth. That's why I say the judge did two things. This is the second thing he did. He stood up for justice today. He stood up for the truth. He stood up for this trial. He stood up for bad behavior. The judge stood up against the gimmicks, pranks, plans, and childish behaviors of the prosecution in trying to delay, destroy, and undermine this Nnamdi Kanu's trial. And the judge is not having any of it. Just somewhat Osho, kudos to you today. You are the man of the moment. It's not easy. It's not easy because people don't understand. Look at what Bitanyako did. Bitanyako could not, she succumbed. She succumbed to all the plans and all the gimmicks for them. She played ball throughout with them. But this man, I know he has been, I know that he is under pressure. And he could as well let this case go the way the prosecution wants. But he still decide to let fair play happen. And there is no way, if you're following this case, you will not see that there is no other way this case will end than the favor of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We will still wait. Because you can see Nnamdi Kanu is the lion. He's a lion now. Patient, calculated, silent, and content. At this point, when you see a man who is content and willing to give it all to save his people in the expense of himself and of his comfort, that man is destined, set for greatness. And his place is among the stars. We are still following the matter day by day, and we will see how this thing ends. Definitely, I am still your host, Chinedu. Please like, share this video, and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to turn on your notification button so that you will get updated whenever I drop a video, so that you don't miss out. Till I see you in the next video. Peace.